yeah, surprise. Hi guys, and welcome back. So, most of you probably are surprised, yes. How did we go from the last build to now the island tour? Mainly I just got a rush of energy to do it all at once. And by all of it, I mean the last like 4 areas we needed to build plus my house. I did my house literally like in one night in like an hour. But that's not to say that I rushed it and thus the quality isn't great. I made sure that if I was unsatisfied with it, I would just come back to it afterwards. So yes, the island of Acre Woods is finished, and I am here to show you all it. So first and foremost, the DA. So yes, this is the DA to Acre Woods, my Winnie the Pooh themed Animal Crossing island. I love the Winnie the Pooh series, so it was really fun to do this. It was really fun to plan it all out, to get the villager list, and even just making the map was really fun to do. If anyone doesn't know, I make my own maps when it comes to these things. Yeah, so without further ado, we're gonna start from the entrance. So this is what the map looks like in game. There's the DA at the bottom again. In terms of our villager list, we have Topher. I was gonna just name them Chris because the name Christopher, like Christopher Robin, actually doesn't fit in their character limit. So it was between Chris and Topher, and they flipped the coin and it landed on Topher. So my character is supposed to be Christopher Robin, just so we know. And of course we have Nate as our Winnie the Pooh, and Curly as our Piglet, and Rowan as our Tigger, Ed as our Eeyore, Samson as our Gopher, Dizzy as a Heffalump, Pate as Kessie, and Gaston as a Rabbit, Kit as Kanka and Roo, and Tia is just kind of just an extra slot to fill up. Yeah, that's the map out of the way. There's my flag. I did not make this flag. I got it from just looking up Winnie the Pooh at the design portal. My next island, I really want to do the flag myself. I've never made my own flag because I'm very bad at custom design codes. Most of the custom design codes I've actually made, I use that little ACNH pattern maker. Like for example, this Winnie the Pooh holding a balloon, I made using the pattern maker. The only code on this island that I've made is this Beware Woozle sign, which is used in one area. And that's really my only experience when it comes to making custom designs. So if we come up this way, this is our entrance. It looks familiar. You can see how we did this in the one video I have made for the island entrance. Of course, the theme of the island is very obviously like foresty. I don't know if I'd say cottagecore, but foresty, you know, because 100-acre woods. Anyways, so there, if you visit with the DA, there will be these gifts for you. The brown gifts over there are an outfit, and the pink gifts over here are like little like holdable items for you. So if you do visit, make sure to pick those up. So we have this nice little standard picnic area here in front of Owl's house. So for Owl, I decided to of course use Blathers. So you can climb up this ladder, and here you are at Blathers' treehouse. And he has this little area over here where he has a little bench and his little tiny library to read books and relax all day. And of course there's Blathers in his museum. It's one of the biggest house builds, and that's because the museum itself is just ginormous. Oh, if we move along, here is the resident services. I saved the DA on a Saturday, so Kiki Slider won't be here when you tour, but he's here today. I'm gonna go this way first. So this way and downwards takes you to Tigger's house. Oh, he is home actually, that's nice. But Tigger has this little basketball court. And he has to the left here, he has his little picnic area and a little fishing spot for him. You know, I wanted the vibe to be, because he's so energetic, and Rowan itself is a jock villager, kind of has a lot for him to do. The beaches, I'm gonna just say right here, are not decorated. I hate decorating beaches, and I don't want to exhaust my beach decorating skills until the next island, which I will announce a theme for eventually, just like I did for Acre Woods. So Rowan, Tigger, I'm not going to show all the houses. I think Tigger's still sick. Actually, yeah, he is, because oopsie. Because he was sick when my friend came over to tour the island, so she couldn't see him. I don't know how sick villagers work in the DAs. Like, will he be sick when you guys visit or not? I don't know. Going this way, here is that Beware Woozle sign that I talked about earlier. I made this design myself because I couldn't find anything else like it. And we pass through here, and here we get to Pooh Bear's house. So Pooh Bear lives here. So I will say, like I said, the layout for the island itself, I tried to base it off of the actual map of the 100-acre woods. You'll see that more so in the map of the DA, where I actually label it like how the map of the 100-acre woods is labeled. So that's why Pooh's house is all the way over here. And he has his nice little area here, of course. And down here is where his pal Piglet lives. I very much like how I did the houses to look like they're kind of in the ground or the trees, using the storefronts. I really liked using the storefronts a lot on this island. I wouldn't say it's the most I've ever used the storefront. Maybe it is the most I've ever used the storefronts, but I like how it all came out in the end. And going back this way, we go back to the bridge, we go back across the bridge, and we go back through resident services. And this time we go upwards. So I wanted the vibe of these things to be like they're like garden gates. I don't know why I wanted that vibe for the resident services, especially the garden vibe of it. And here we have my house. I will tour my house because I did it all in like 5 seconds. Not really, but I did it all really quickly in one night. And I'm really proud of how it turned out. I'm proud that I was able to have all the items I really needed. Like, I needed to order a few things, but I didn't need to go to Cyrus to recolor anything, which I'm really happy about. So, there is Ed, and that brings us downwards here to Eeyore's gloomy place. And this is where Eeyore's house is. So, of course, I wanted to use the decaying trees because of the gloomy place, and I wanted to use some of the I think I used some of the, never mind. I thought I used some of the dark colored flowers, but I do not. This is where Tipper's house used to be, but then Tipper moved out and was replaced by another character. So I had to fill in the space that Tipper left. And we, of course, have this beautiful waterfall that I did just because. I don't know how many waterfalls are actually in the 100-acre woods, but there are a couple here. So, going up this way, this is where Tia's house is. So I will show it off here because I never made an actual video decorating Tia's house. It just happened to align of her home, her being home. And she's cooking great. I never actually made a video decorating Tia's house. And what are you making, girl? she's making cherry jelly. Interesting. So, I posted her house on my Twitter, but obviously not everyone saw that. So, this is Tia's house. I wanted it to look nice and lovely, like her. There's her little laundry area. There's her bed. A little place where she plays her records and sits down. Place where she has tea. And places where she makes the tea and washes her dishes. I love how this came out. Definitely up there on my favorite houses. Spoilers! My least favorite house is the Hufflepuff house. Because I tried to do something weird with it and it didn't work out. And I kind of just left it there. I wanted the house to be weird, but it's like weird where I don't really like it that much. Anyways, up this incline, this just takes you to that waterfall that's by Eeyore's house. And going across this log bridge takes us to this little terraformed curly lake. Now I think there's an area on the 100-acre maps called Stones and Rocks. That's what this is. But I added a lot of the water terraforming because I think in the actual map there's water around this area. But if you cross this little thing, it'll take you to just a small little thing, a small little cliff by the bee tree and by Tia's house. It's just a small little cliff that has some nice views. And then we continue going this way. Some more of that water terraforming. We have this nice little picnic area up here where someone just made an apple pie. Got some apples on the ground, the cutting board. It's really nice. I love this blanket design that I used. I use that one a lot actually. And we cross this log bridge and this takes us to this rooftop for their shed. Here's the garden shed for Pate and Gaston, aka Rabbit and Kessie. So there's a ladder down here in case you are wondering how you get up here and down. So of course, yeah, this is their little shed, a little rooftop that they've made to hang out, and a log bridge that connects it to the cliff and the stone and rocky place. And that's of course the front entrance to their shed. And this way past the shed is the bee tree where Winnie the Pooh tries to get their honey. So we got the bee models flying around. We got some honey puddles and such. Baby Pooh left a little honey pot back here on his last escapade. A little hidden bee tree. Passing a nice little picnic area. I like to think Kessie made the juice herself. This is when we get to the farm. And here we have Kessie's little strawberry field. Now, of course, these are just pansies that are ran over because there's still no strawberries in the game, but we have to make do. She also has a little orchard where she grows her fruit. And she does a lot of light work, like watering flowers, because Kessie herself is a little tiny baby bird. So she has the easy work while her father, Gaston, aka Rabbit, takes care of the carrot field here. Ignore the glowing spot, but yes, this is Rabbit's little carrot field. And of course, I like to think he also helps tend to Kessie's strawberry fields and teaches her how to garden and such. Up this way is where I have the nice for picnics area. This little hidden beach. This is where my campsite is. Nice little simple giant picnic. Like everybody from the 100-acre woods likes to gather here and have brunch and whatnot. You know, bring breads and cookies and pies and tea, of course. And this goes into the sandy pit where Rue plays. So he has this little overgrown soccer field. I've never done this like overgrown vibe, like using the grass path on sand. But it came out really nice. This is my first time really trying to go for that overgrown look. And so I have, of course, a bunch of the weeds and the flower stems and the green leaf piles to make it look overgrown. And I really like how it all came out. And of course, that vibe continues over here, across the little log bridge, and where you have this nice little view of the little island in here. And of course, some of the rest of the sand pit where Rue likes to play, his little jungle gym, a little elephant slide, his ride on, and a little camping tent for him. So down here, this is Kenga's house. Oh, and she's outside doing some yoga. So this is Kenga in Rue's house. Some more of his toys out here. And a little, like, hand washing station for the boys. And she has some apple trees. She does her laundry out here. She has a nice area here to sit and relax. And that leads us to Heffalum's house. Heffalum also has his own little place to play, little tent, little sandbox, makes a little sandcastle, and we loop this way. So going down from Kenga and Rue's house is Able Sisters. So I kind of just slapped Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny wherever I could. Able Sisters on the peninsula. I've never really decorated the peninsula or put a building on top of it. I would have put it a little bit further down if I had enough room to do so, but I think it came out really nice for what it is. Then there's some clothes that they have going on for sale. I don't know about this design, but that design over there is the same creator that made this design that I'm currently wearing. And the little Lucky Cat hanging around. And then we're gonna go past the beach. And this is the one beach that is sort of decorated. And if you go down, there's our pier. And it's a standard pier decoration, just with some fishing stuff. And here is our Nook's Cranny. Just kind of just here, because it's really the only spot I could put it in that didn't get in the way of the other houses and the rest of the builds I wanted to do in this island. But there's a little secret pass here. Oh, there's a stump there. That's why I just sat down there. And this takes you to where the Woozles live. So yeah, this is a build I did a while ago when I did Piglet in Pooh's house as well. And this is the Woozles. I used the gyroids for the Woozles, and I made them pink as a reference to the Heffalumps also being pink. Yeah, and they're going off with some music. Then you have your little own Woozle gyroid concert coming back. Now we're back by Heffalum's house. We're gonna go right this time, pass by this other small little cute picnic area. We're gonna cross this bridge. And this bridge takes us to Gopher's house. So Gopher also has a farm, but he grows everything else really. The tomatoes and the wheat and the sugarcane and the potatoes. Everything that isn't carrots, because Rabbit's already in charge of carrots. I like how this came out. It's not a big area to build in, but I'm really glad of how I used up the space for it. And if you see, there is a little ladder back here. And you climb up it, and it takes you to this nice little pond. And if you jump over, you have this little sitting area. We have a nice view of the farm. Let me do the little camera trick real quick. Look at that. So you have a nice view of the farm in all of its glory. And I'm gonna go back down. And that's pretty much everything. Except for, if we go back this way and cross this bridge, we're back at my house. And so, now it's time for my house. So, I wanted the little vibes here to kind of be city-like. a small little reference to like the movie and such. So you have this little phone booth and a street lamp and a little suitcase. And this is my house. I originally wanted the log cabin look, but I was like, it didn't really vibe with me that much, and so I changed it. I changed the exterior a couple times actually, but I settled on this, and I do like how it looks in the end. So, without further ado, let's go into my house. So, here we are. So I like blocking off one of the rooms because decorating less rooms, I'll take it. I just wish we could block the attic or basement because I really hate decorating the attic and basement. But anyways, so this is the living room and the kitchen. We have a nice little kitchen here where you can cook up your favorite meals and have, I like to call this kind of like grandma core. It took some inspiration from grandma core islands. The retro TV, the little curtain partition in front of the window. You definitely have some grandma core vibes to it and some inspiration. And this way is the bathroom. Now, I got a little lazy and I decided to copy a layout that I did before. So if this does look familiar, this is a similar bathroom layout. Well, pretty much the same bathroom layout I used for the bathroom on Care-a-Lot. Just colors changed. So we have our little vanity to wash our hands, our toilet and our bidet, and our nice little bathtub. And I decided to add a little laundry area so that we can wash our clothes and such. I like reusing ideas sometimes if it can save me time. So for anyone wondering, I did get asked this once because someone thought that this wall was a second partition wall that had a different pattern on it somehow. These are the pillars kind of just all aligned, touching each other to look like another wall. I think on this angle it looks you can see it better, like the actual seams and separation of the pillars, to make this like hallway looking thing, but makes like those little corner turned walls that go in for the bathtub. That's how I did it. And they're little pillars just all next to each other to look like another wall. Yeah, I did get asked that once when it came to Care-a-Lot's bathroom, because like I said, this was the same bathroom layout as Care-a-Lot. Oh, this room. I'm so proud of myself for doing this in like an hour. This whole house. Like I had all these items already bought because I had inklings of ideas I wanted to do with them. This is a reading and craft room. So there's the reuse of this little reading nook. The custom design code that I use for Rabbit's house. And of course we have a little bookshelf, and we have our little sewing box and sewing project for our craft room, a violin for some violin practice, and the metronome going on. There's some paintings hanging around, some little chain paper things, like we made those ourselves and hung them up, and of course that little like staircase illusion. Like I really didn't know how to fill the space, but when I did that, it came out so good that like I just had to build off of it. So those are again more pillars to act as a wall, and the little staircase to look like there's another floor here, even though there isn't. And if there was, I probably wouldn't have decorated it. So now we get to the last two rooms, the basement and the attic. Starting with the basement. So the basement, I like to think that because my character is Christopher Robin, they're still a child, so they still live with their parents. I also decided to make a nursery down here. So this is the basement. There's a little crafting area for me. And this is where the parents live or sleep. There's their bed, little powder booth to get ready in the morning with their jewelry over there. A nice little camera and incense burner, decorative plate. Again, kind of going for kind of grandma core. And in here we have the little nursery. And so they have little toys and the little baby crib and the little stroller and a little vanity for them to play, you know, dress up and such. I think it all came out very nice in the end. And the last room is my character's bedroom, Christopher Robin's bedroom. Now, there wasn't really an exact bedroom I can base it off of outside of the Book of Pooh, but I didn't really like it. So I kind of did my own thing. So there's my dog. Even though I don't think Christopher Robin himself had a dog, I have a dog in real life, and I will include him in every single house build. I do not care if it doesn't make sense. He is my dog, and he's going to be with me. Always. So he has this little throwback mitt chair where he reads his comic books. And he has his dresser and his mirror and his shoes for when he gets ready in the morning. And his bed where he has his alarm clock to wake him up. I like to think he would play a Switch if he had one. And this is our little play area where we have little toys meant to represent the characters. So we got Pooh Bear being a little baby bear with a little Pooh shirt on. We got Piglet over there. We got Rabbit. We got Tigger. And we got Eeyore over here. And I kind of wanted it to just be like a young boy's room. So you got the model kits with the little model plane. A little basketball here. And the little VCR. I love the VCR TV. It's one of my favorite items that they added in this game. But yeah, I feel like I really got the vibe. Like, I still obviously went for like some plush and stuff because, you know, Winnie the Pooh is a stuffed animal. So clearly he would still have stuffed animals if he's playing with Pooh Bear. So of course went with some other plush. A little baseball mitt and glove and bat. Because who says that you can't do both? Play sports and love collecting Squishmallows. I don't, but who said you couldn't? And yeah, that is my house. And that is the island. I did go through it kind of quickly, but like this is my third time walking through the entire island. Once was for my friend and the other was to make sure everything was fine before setting the DA. But yeah, that is it for me, guys. I'm so happy this island's finally finished. And yes, there will be a next island. And I have the theme already, and I have the name, and I have the villager list, and I'm so excited. When I'll start it, I don't know exactly when I'll start it. Maybe at some point. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on how motivated I feel to go through restarting and all that. Well, it'll probably be at some point this week. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And I hope, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active to post. I do post on my Twitter sometimes, but I'm more active on my Instagram. So if you want to see like updates and stuff that isn't in videos, make sure to follow me on my Instagram or my Twitter. Hopefully I'll see you there. And thank you for watching. And have a good one. Bye-bye.